In the mid-80s, Tokyo was gripped by fear as a mysterious group called the Monster with 21 Faces terrorized the city. Today we're uncovering a chilling true story of deception and mystery. In March 1984, Katsuhisa Izaki, the head of the Japanese candy manufacturer Izaki Glico, was enjoying a bath in his home when two hooded men broke in and kidnapped him. The men demanded a ransom of 1 billion yen and 220 pounds of gold bullion from the company Glico. The group even taunted the police with a letter that said, "Dear stupid police officers, don't you know how to catch us? We've got a whole bag of tricks to play with, so why don't you catch us if you can?" This was new to the Japanese people, as the police in Japan were known to be highly effective in solving crime and maintaining security. But Izaki was finally able to escape the kidnappers 3 days later. He revealed the location of the warehouse in which he had been held, yet he was left with no clues as to the identity or motive of his captors. As horrifying as Izaki's experience was, it was only the beginning of something worse. 3 weeks after the escape, 6 vehicles parked outside the company's corporate offices were set on fire. A week later, a hydrochloric acid container and a threatening note addressed to Izaki were found at the warehouse where he had been held captive. But that was not all. In May 1984, news outlets in Osaka began receiving letters claiming that Glico's candy products were laced with cyanide. The letters were signed by a group calling themselves the Monster with 21 Faces. It was then clear that the group's main goal was far from just ransom. They wanted to tarnish Glico's reputation and disrupt the food supply. Panic spread among the people as retailers across the country pulled Glico products from their shelves, and everyone was urged to return any candy they had at home. This cost Glico millions of dollars and forced them to lay off hundreds of employees. But despite all this chaos, not a single trace of cyanide was ever found in Glico products. The letters continued to be addressed to the media and the police, but as frequent as they were, they didn't reveal any identifying information about the group. Finally, when this man was found on CCTV placing something on a store shelf, authorities thought they had a lead. Although the man's features had been uncovered, police failed to identify him or his relationship to the group. Suddenly, everything took a turn. The group dropped their interest in Glico and shifted their focus to a company called Morinaga. They also demanded a sum of money from the company, and when it didn't comply, they laced their candy with cyanide. They even sent labels attached to their candy boxes, saying, "You'll die if you eat this." Again, stores started boycotting Morinaga products, and their stock prices dropped significantly. The authorities continued their search without any luck, and the Monster with 21 Faces kept sending threatening letters to several major corporations demanding large sums of money in exchange for not poisoning their products. After a year-long investigation, another suspect was identified by the Tokyo Metropolitan Police as the Fox-Eyed Man when he followed an officer on a train. Manabu Miyazaki was the son of a well-known Yakuza boss and a criminal himself, but he had an alibi and was dismissed. A year passed without success, and the pressure of the case became unbearable for the head of the Shiga Prefecture Police, Shoji Yamamoto. Eventually, he committed suicide. Out of nowhere, the Monster then sent a final letter saying that they would stop their acts. And they did. The case remains one of Japan's most infamous unsolved mysteries. The group's true identities and motives are still a mystery to this day, and the case has become sort of a legend in Japanese popular culture.